You are about to be shocked as to how easy it is to completely transform your thin and straight lashes into thick and curled lashes that last the whole entire day. If you want to finally get the most out of your natural, maybe not so genetically great lashes, then keep on watching. Let's go. The first tip is to get yourself a great eyelash curler. This one is by Smashbox and it's good, but the one by Shiseido is very beloved in the makeup community, and honestly, it's even better. If you don't have one and you need one, then I suggest getting the Shiseido one. That is the one that I actually have in my makeup kit and the one that I use on all of my clients. I just happen to have the Smashbox one in my personal makeup bag today, and it works too, so I just grabbed it. You may have also seen me use this one before. This is a heated curler that you plug into the wall from Amazon. This is a great curler as well because the heat really helps the curls last, but it is a bit thick, so it can be hard to get right into the lash line. Since my lashes are so straight and so thin, I do find that a thinner curler gets them lifted more. If your lashes are thicker than mine, you may want to give this one a try though. It's a cool little tool and not very expensive. Before you even begin, make sure that you clean your lash curler with some alcohol. If there is any makeup residue left on it and it becomes a bit sticky, you can actually run the risk of ripping your lashes out. I've seen that happen so many times. Don't let it happen to you. Just run a cotton pad with some alcohol over those pads and then you will be good to go. After your curler is nice and clean, tip number 2 is to heat it up with a blow dryer. Your lashes are obviously hair, and as we know, hair responds better to heat. Hair is easily manipulated with the use of heat, and that is why if you try to curl your hair with a cool curling iron, it won't do anything, but if you curl your hair with a hot curling iron, it does all the things. Lashes are exactly the same. Just make sure to check your curler with your finger before putting it on your eye. It should be warm, but obviously not too hot. Tip number 3 is to pump your curler and work your way up the lashes so you don't just crimp the bottom, but you create a C shape through the entire lash from the bottom all the way up to the top. As you can see here, starting from the bottom, I pump the lashes and then I move to the mids and then I move over to the ends. Depending on how resistant your lashes are to curling, you may have to repeat this step on each eye a couple of times. Now, the outer part of the lashes are almost impossible to get with a regular lash curler, and that is where these teeny tiny lash curlers come in. Tip number 4 is to get yourself a precision lash curler. These are excellent for lifting up those stubborn corners. You can also warm this up with a blow dryer as well if you want to, and if those corner lashes are extra stubborn, they tend to be very stubborn in the corners for whatever reason. So you can do the exact same thing you did with your regular curling iron and just warm them up. If you struggle getting your lashes into a regular lash curler, you can even do your entire lash line with a precision lash curler all by itself, just working in small sections. This can be very handy for people with very deep set eyes or very small eyes that just don't fit into a regular lash curler. Tip number 5 is to prime. A lash primer is amazing because it adds some density to the lashes. If you have very thin lashes, that initial primer coat will bulk them up before you go in with your mascara. This one is the L'Oreal Lash Paradise Primer, and I like it because it creates that density that I need, but it also conditions my lashes and it extends the mascara wear time, just like any primer does with makeup. Primer makes your makeup last longer. Lash primer makes your mascara last longer. The only thing with this primer that I don't love, and it's not necessarily because of the primer, but because of my lashes, because my lashes are so darn straight, sometimes when I put it on, it weighs my lashes down and makes them go straight again. I need the fullness from the product, but I can't have the weight from it because my lashes are too thin. So to get around that, I actually like to do another round of lash curling after the primer is on. It doesn't harden the same way as mascara does. It is a softer formulation, so it's really easy to go in again with a curler and not make it look clumpy. If you do end up with any clumps, you can use a mascara comb and just brush those clumps through. Most people will likely not have to even do this step, but if your lashes are as straight and as thin as mine mine are, then just know that it is an option to curl again after applying the primer. Now let's finally go in with our mascara. On one eye, I'm gonna be using a prestige brand, and on the other, I'm gonna be using a drugstore brand to show you a budget-friendly option that also works really well. Tip number 6 is to use waterproof mascara if your lashes are super straight. As much as it's a huge pain in the butt to take it off at the end of the day, it's the only thing that will hold a super straight lash up for the entire day. I am telling you, I have tried everything. I've tried everything. As you saw, even the lash primer makes my lashes go straight. A non-waterproof mascara will just not hold my curl for the entire day. If you struggle with the same thing, try waterproof and just get yourself a really good eye makeup remover to remove it with at the end. On my left eye, I'm using the Lancome Lash Idol, and I chose this mascara because it is both lifting and volumizing, which are the two exact things I struggle with. You want to always choose a mascara that is targeted towards your individual needs. If you have thick hair but you need length, choose a lengthening mascara. If you have length but it's super thin, choose a volume enhancing mascara. If your lashes are straight, choose a mascara targeted towards lifting. Do you see what I'm saying? Mascara is very individual. It's not a one-size-fits-all scenario. I like applying my coats by wiggling density into the base and then lifting up and then combing the chunks through. I also like to tilt my mascara wand vertically and lift the lashes up that way as well. On the other eye today, I'm going to be using Maybelline The Falsies Volume Express, and again, I chose this because I desperately need to add bulk to my lashes. I'm the type of girl that prefers a clumpier but thicker lash than a separated but thinner lash. Again, this is personal preference, so choose a mascara that works best for you. Just remember that regardless of the mascara that you choose, you want to wiggle at the base, move it up, separate with a comb, and then also go in vertically for that extra little bit of lift. If you find that you always end up with mascara on your lid, then tip number 7 is to get yourself a Lash Guard, like this one from Amazon. A Lash Guard is great because you can go super heavy on the coats, do it very quickly, not get any mascara whatsoever on your lid. In my real life, I actually do use this on myself every day. I know it's a bit gimmicky, but I really do find it to be very, very helpful, very, very handy. When I am finished on the top, I also like dusting a little bit of that mascara on the bottom lashes as well for framing and for some balance. This is what my thin, straight lashes look like without any falsies whatsoever. If you want them to look even more like fake lashes, then this is where tip number 8 comes in. Tip number 8 is to tightline your upper waterline so that you create that false lash banding effect. If you want your lashes to look super long, here's a hint, okay? Don't use a black eyeliner on the lid. When your black lashes sit on top of a black liner, the lashes blend into the liner, so they automatically look shorter. If you want your whole look to be about your lashes, keep your lid color light and bright, and then add a shadow banding effect on the inner waterline. This will create that super dense lash look while also displaying the length of the lashes. Now here's a little bonus tip. If you have thin lashes like me, you can fill in the gaps by using clusters of individual lashes under your actual lashes. All you have to do is put lash glue on the top of the lash, and then with tweezers, you just pop them right under the areas that have less density to fill them in. Once you get good at this, it will literally take you less than 5 minutes. They look undetectable. They really do help to bulk up the sparse zones in the lash line. I use 3 on each side, focusing on the outer parts of the eye only. Now, if you look at both my eyes, they look quite similar, right? You really can't tell which eye was done with which mascara. In Canadian dollars, the Lancome cost me $39, and the Maybelline one actually only cost me $8.99. So this is a reminder to you that oftentimes technique is more important than the actual cost of the product. So if you don't have the budget for prestige makeup, try the same technique with budget-friendly options, and you will quickly realize that oftentimes they are really not that different. As always, I'm leaving links to every single product used in the description box below. Let me know which tip was your favorite in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe before you leave. I really, really do appreciate all of your love and support. This video is over.